The model is called COM, it's the Cultural Orientations Model. And it's a very neutral framework, just like Belden's neutral, meaning you can use team roles, you can talk about cultural preferences in COM and not offend someone else. Say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm the indirect kind of person and you're a direct person, you know, let's talk about how we can better communicate. So this gives us a framework. And the model is very simple. It's been revised in this last year. In the old days, it used to be 10 dimensions, now it's just 3 dimensions. But we have 34 orientations, which we'll quickly go through this afternoon, after lunch. If you notice, the dimensions of what we talked about before are very similar to the cultural iceberg and to the definition of culture, which is let's start from the bottom, the interaction style. That dimension is how people communicate and engage with others. That's on top of the iceberg. That you can readily see. Thinking style is how people process information. How do people look at problems? How do they analyze and how do you come up with processes? And the third dimension is a sense of self. You know, how do people view themselves in the world and what's their motivation? The definition of culture that we talked about earlier is in line with really this model. So interaction style, orientations that impact how we communicate and engage with others, that's your behavior. Your thinking style is the cognition. Orientations that impact how we process information. And then lastly, orientations that define how we view ourselves. That's a sense of self, has to do with emotions. And the connection between all these behaviors, beliefs, and emotions that are, again, expected, reinforced, and rewarded. And by particular group, which goes back, Simon, to what you said, was shared values and assumptions and thought process within one group. That's what culture is. We're going to be discussing the COI this afternoon, but we have to get some terminology down. Cultural dimensions are the overall 3 categories I just discussed, right? Thinking, behavior, and the emotion, our sense of self side. Interaction style is the other one. Under each